Welcome to the new sound of Rockland. RocklandWorldRadio.com. Exciting online TV and radio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Welcome to the new sound of Rockland. RocklandWorldRadio.com. Exciting online TV and radio. Watch and listen to what you've been missing. Broadcasting independent music, art, and culture. From the world of pop to poetry, classical to cutting edge. Movies, comedy, jazz, jams, rock and roll baby, interviews, information, and event listings. Join the revolution. It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.
I had to come back for the reprise there at the end of that introductory Modern Metro Rockland World Radio here on this wonderful afternoon in the village of Nyack. And Nyack is such a great place where a lot of people from out of town come and enjoy an afternoon or a weekend. And on this week in July, one of the last weeks in July, I run into filmmaker Timm on the sidewalks of Nyack. How about that, folks? So let me welcome Timm to the Nyack Village Theater and Rockland World Radio. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you very much, Richard. And it's good to be here. It's good to run into you. And I don't know, it's just good to be in Nyack. I kind of think it's a little oasis that I'd like to move to because it's a home that, I don't know, just like a little gem in the rough that for artists and filmmakers and actors and, just food enthusiasts, just a great art community. And it's really just the energy here that's it's pretty awesome, I think. And, my brother lives here with his family, and they really dug in and found a great community, and pretty impressed by it.
Thank you. See, Nyack, this is what people think of our village. Timm is familiar with Nyack and the Nyack Village Theater because he had submitted a wonderful full-length film to the Nyack Film Festival 2012, and it's called A Man, a Helmet, or
it's a
girl, a man?
A girl, a guy, a space helmet.
A girl, a guy, and a space helmet. And the movie is really innovative. It's funny. It has a great story. The characters are really exciting and enthralling, where you wonder where they're going to go to next. They're a really great cast of characters. It was a wonderful film. And tell us a little bit about A Guy, a Girl, and a Space Helmet. That was your first feature?
It was, it was my first feature. I've been a filmmaker since I would say since I was 10. One of those people that picked up the Super 8 camera and just started making little animated films with just the dolls and everything else. And then finally, as I got older, I started shooting short films. And once I was shooting a bunch of stuff through my 20s. And then once I moved out to LA, I was going out there to finally start my film career after traveling and whatever else. Before that, I worked for the Sundance Institute in the 90s and helped run the film festival and the Filmmaker labs and all that. And that was like my graduate school, just hanging out, talking about story and working with all these legendary directors and actors. And then finally, when I moved to LA, I was writing and working on set. And I realized that, I'm out here in Los Angeles and I'm not a filmmaker. And there's a difference between making films and working in films. And you don't have to work in films to make films. And I was like, okay, I got to change this up.
So you're quitting.
You're
quitting your day job.
I said, all right, I don't want to be on another set unless I'm producing or directing. Not even if I'm a writer, I don't want to be on set. So I just decided, I'm like, okay, I need to start writing. So I took a day job working at a studio for Warner Brothers. I was offered a job there, so I did that instead of managing and helping trucks go here and finding locations and whatever it might be. I just decided, like, all right, so I helped master DVDs and Blu-ray discs. But the 9-to-5 job allowed me to wake up in the morning, write, and then I get out at 5 or 6, and then no one's calling me. So I was writing at night. So finally, I wrote about 5 or 6, screenplays, and having worked in production, you know what you can get away with, and what you can do for cheap, and what you can do for free. And being a location scout, I knew all Los Angeles, so I knew what locations I could steal, and things like that, and what I needed to do. So I wrote these scripts with a no budget in mind, and that's when I came up with A Girl, a Guy, Space Helmet, because I knew I was going to shoot it on a no budget, because I didn't want to have to raise money. I'm not a fundraiser, I'm a filmmaker. And now with technology, I just decided, okay, I'm going to write something. So I wrote something to shoot on $10,000.
Which is really smart, because if you think about the construction aspect of it,
Right.
and you realize that you have X budget, and you know all the tricks on how to create scenes that work within these restrictions or perimeters. They're not really restrictions, because, as Stravinsky says, you have all the freedom in the world.
That's right.
Within this
Right.
space.
You create your own parameters.
Yeah, but you had all of that already, which is kind of opposite from where people come from as writers, so to speak,
Right.
where they don't understand how much it's going to cost. They want, they want something to happen, and they tell the production crew to make that, and they say, "What is he, crazy? We can't make that happen."
And that's if it gets to the point of actually going into production.
Right.
And so it's like that's 1 out of 1 million people in LA writing these big budget scripts, and it's a whole, and then they wonder why. Then all they really want to do is make a movie. So
you actually made presented and wrote a script with the production aspect in mind, as it's
and certain locations in mind.
Yeah, almost like almost prefab.
It was more designing the script in the movie
Yeah.
than actually writing just a script and figure out how am I going to make it. Like, no, I've got these 5 or 6 locations. I'm going to somehow get them in there, to the point even designing the script, knowing that I was going to shoot it over months at a time, because I also had a full-time job and I have family I'm raising. I wrote the characters, certain characters, instead of the main character, all the ancillary characters surrounding him, supporting. I wrote the characters so I knew I could shoot those characters out in a weekend. So if I shoot them out in the weekend, I knew they can go anywhere they want, because actors are going here, going there, and jobs, and a month later maybe they'd have to shave their head for a role, and because I'm not paying anybody really anything.
So they'll look different. The
Exactly. So I knew I just shoot them out.
You're gonna have to write.
That's
stick
it.
at a
So it's all
haircut.
about continuity. So I knew I could shoot them out in a weekend, and that was it. And then I wouldn't be asking people for too much either. So
Right, you kept it really efficient for everybody. I mean, when you do that, and in it's no lightweight movie by any stretch of the imagination. You would never know this backstory. See, this is what you call the backstory, because when you watch this movie, you don't think that it was designed in a way where it can be done in a professional manner and actually be completed without any with limited issues for completion. So it is a beautiful piece of work.
Thanks.
And we enjoyed it immensely here at the Nyack Village Theater, and so did the audiences who attended our screenings for it. And you had some success in other areas of the world with
yes,
it?
no, we played a bunch of, I went strictly for the lower, I didn't go for the Sundances or whatever else, because they're now filled with movie stars, and it played, like yours, and played a bunch of other film festivals around the world, and it won a couple of Best Picture awards, and including your film festival, and actor awards, cast awards.
I did no prep work on this. As I said, I saw Mike on the street, and we're sitting down talking. Which award did it win?
Yeah, it won. For yours?
Yeah.
Oh, it won Best Picture. It won
Best Picture.
Best
I knew I loved it.
Yeah.
But
I had to pay him $50. No, but no, it won. I was really grateful, and I made the movie so Though to me, when someone asks me, "What about your distribution, plan?" I said the film festival circuit is my distribution. That's what I'm in. If it goes beyond that, then I'm great. So playing the Nyack Film Festival was amazing to me, and I didn't even think of it. My sister-in-law, my brother's wife, lives here, and she said, "Oh, you should, you should
You got a film. We're having a festival."
Like, sure, it'd be great. And actually, it was just in Tennessee where I won Best Picture there. I couldn't fly back to the East Coast. I was like, "Oh, I got a job. Like, I hate, like you guys have snow, I have a job. Oh, we should go away." But, but I, played the festival circuit, and I had a good run. And we had, the lead guy, Anthony Backman, fantastic. He carried the movie, and he won. He won Best Actor award in many film festivals, and it had a good run. And it's done exactly.
Excuse me one moment. We are live, and I gave my people Friday off. Hello, honey. I'm on the air with Mike Timm. I'll have to call you back. I love you. Bye. There you go. That's it. This is what you call live. You don't get to see this stuff on all those other major networks that are paid by corporate dollars. We don't have any corporate funding here. We're good to go. So yes, a wonderful film, and where really funny, really smart, modern film. You'll love it. Where can people see it now?
Right now, you know what? I mean, you could just go on YouTube and just search a girl, a guy, a space helmet, girl, guy, space helmet. And
that's a girl, a guy, and a space helmet.
Oh, and there's no N, just a girl, a guy, a space helmet. And just go on YouTube, and we just put it up there and have at it. So it's there to entertain. We did it low budget for a reason, and we just did it just to kind of get out there. I did it for personal reasons of just wanting to have a feature film under my belt before I go out to raise money for a bigger picture. And I just knew that, who would give me money for a movie if I've never directed a feature before? And,
These are basic,
and that's what a lot of filmmakers go out there with, a script and a dream. But if they want to be a director, go direct.
Script and a dream.
You just have to go direct. Just take your iPhone, whatever, just shoot. Just shoot. Don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid of budget. Tell a story. And if you're afraid of that, then get out.
Well, be afraid of budget. No. Don't listen to him. He was very smart about budget. Be afraid of budget, because that's one of the things that are going to allow you to create a higher quality product in the end if you consider this.
True.
Yeah, if you work within your budget, but do the best job you can within your budget. Yeah. Don't say, because my budget, I can't do a good job. No excuses. That's right.
It's just the thing is this: you can make any movie on $1. It's just that version of the movie. Or you can make it on $100 million.
Yeah.
It's just a different version.
And everybody, the planets have to align for you. And if you think this way, your actors are going to be acting properly. They're going to give you performances that are going to propel this, and you're going to have that believability thing in your film. We're just giving you some film advice here, and that is it. You need to actually shoot something, have proper lighting, and then it makes it all the difference, doesn't it?
It makes a huge difference.
Great actors.
Great actors are everything. I went SAG. I actually did most of my money went to SAG. Went to pay the actors itself. Yeah, no, thank you. It's the actors. That's the thing. When you're doing low budget, the actors they're the life.
You better get some good actors. They're the life of the movies. Yeah.
You have to get good actors.
Yeah.
They'll kill it. If you don't get good actors, then your movie is not going to be entertaining, engaging.
Seriously, your lighting could be a light bulb hung from the ceiling, just dangling in the room, as long as your actors are.
And sometimes that's better.
Yeah.
That's better, more interesting than all the lights in the world and gripping, and then it looks like a car commercial.
And you've burned out everybody just setting it up.
That's it. But it's look at the Fellini films, and they're filled with just these wonderful characters, and that's all I've ever really wanted to set out to do, is just, if I can master a movie like a Fellini film, great, but that's, it's just a good goal. It's a motivator. Casting's everything.
It really is.
Yeah.
We work on stage here a lot, and sometimes you'll cast somebody because they're perfect for it.
Right.
Yeah. But the actor say, "Oh, I don't know if I'm doing this right," but because
Yeah.
Because you've cast it. You're all, no matter what you do, you're perfect.
Yeah. No, that's it. No, I actually, the one guy, the scientist guy in Scott Subiano in our movie, he's been cast as the bad guy. The bad guy in everything he's done, like the crazy, mental prison inmate and whatever else. And I'm like, no, I think you could be like a Doc from Back to the Future kind of thing, of this crazy, fun scientist. And only because I know him, and I've known him for years. And I just think he's like, really? I'm like, no, we're going to cast you the opposite.
Yeah, you're going to break out of that shell you've been in.
And his agents and his managers are like, oh my God, this is great stuff. You can do this. I'm like, yeah, he's great. He's fantastic.
Right. Yeah. When you can see that in your character and in your actors.
Right. Yeah. Like
they might not necessarily see it in themselves, but you know that they've got those ingredients in them.
No, that's it.
Yeah. It's like going to you're making something. It's like
that's it.
They've got this ingredient, they've got that ingredient. Let's start cooking.
Right. Yeah. No, that's it. And just even auditioning, like rarely will I hold an audition like, okay, here's some sides, now go perform for me. I always feel uncomfortable asking people to do that. So with actors, I just like sitting down for coffee and just talking to them and seeing what makes them laugh. Even, can we talk about something sad? Like, Tom Stratford, one of the actors here in town, just ran into him, and for the first time meeting him, and I was just like, okay, this is... just meeting him, I could tell, like, okay, what kind of guy he can be. Can he be a bad guy if he was this guy? Like, whatever it might be.
And also the chemical of who he can play off of.
But that's the thing. It's the energy.
Yeah.
What kind of energy are these the people generating? And that's why I like to sit down and really talk to people. I could even Skype, like Skyping with actors. I don't, like, just get a good feel of who they are, and because we're all just people and what kind of life they're going to bring to it. And I like to challenge the actor too. Like, okay, you've never done this? Let's try it. Let's just see if it works, And whatever. In the Girl Guy Space Helmet, it worked. It really did. And it's a spectacle
They brought their best game to
actors.
your movie, for sure,
Yeah.
Because, and the fun element, just like, let's try it. Let's have it. It's going to be more fun than we're having now.
Right.
Speaking of more fun than
down,
no, that's okay. That's just, it goes up.
Oh, that's the
But speaking of more fun than we're having now, you're having more fun than you were having, or as much fun as Space Helmet with a new project.
Yes. So right now, I finally have been writing and developing for the last couple of years, and in LA, you take meetings, and I started to take meetings, and then I got tired of taking meetings. I'm like, okay, once again, back to where I was of like, okay, I need to just make a movie. So I developed this other one called Our Karma Thing. And it's a caper romance comedy about a recovering thief, narcoleptic, who starts having past life regressions, and he realizes that he is in a past life, he was a POW during World War II, and he's always, there's been something keeping him back in his life, and he can't really move on. And this life, he's never really held on a job, and he realizes that he meets up with a past love of his through this past life regression, and knows that he did something wrong in his past life with this lost love, and that's why he can't move on this life. It's all about our mistakes, about learning from our mistakes, and learning to learn, and learning that curve. And so he starts having these past life regressions. And
so when he's sleeping and narcoleptic?
He's a narcoleptic, someone that falls asleep, yeah.
And then he starts dreaming
He starts dreaming of this past life, and he doesn't know what it is, but then he realizes that what's happened in this last moment of his past life, the same situation is about to happen in this life.
So he's being forced almost with narcolepsy to fall asleep and confront this.
Confront this past life moment, and the same in the caper is happening in this present life, and the same thing.
Is he trying to solve his narcolepsy, or is he?
That doesn't even know. No, he's been taking pills, and then he stops taking pills so he can start falling asleep again to figure it all out. And then he goes to a gypsy, and the gypsy helps him go through seances, and really starts getting into other levels of his past life, and he finds out he's an older soul, and it's not just the real trigger of his the monkey. What do we call it in the script? The monkey on his back, it goes deeper, many past lives to like the Middle Ages, and that's where he really finds out the core thing that's gone wrong over his soul path, and now he confronts it in this life in order to kind of
get rid of it.
Yeah. So he stops tripping over that same.
So he can continue the evolution.
And then continue the evolution. But the thing is, with karma and the soul, once you've gone through all your lessons, that's when you don't come back. That's when you're good. You don't have to come back for your lessons. But do you want that? Are you like, do I want? Well, what if I don't come back?
Yeah, chasing the dragon's always
exactly
more of the adventure than.
Yeah. So this is a movie about that. It's called A Karma Thing, and I shot a teaser trailer a couple of months ago that I specifically shot it to show investors, and now I've gotten a lot of different friends that have worked in the industry, and we can shoot something of quality. I'm trying to raise about $500,000 by showing this teaser. I have some investors from India that actually were interested and are interested in the movie presently. Global. This is new stuff. But here it is. As a filmmaker, you've got to be flexible, where part of the past life, the POW World War II side, took place in Holland. But since the Indian investors are like, well, we want to invest in this, but we want you to shoot partly in India. Can you change the storyline to be in India? So I did my research. I said, yes.
As long as it's in our budgeting to get to India and shoot, we go
to
India.
So we up the budget a little bit.
You like curry?
Yeah, exactly. I love curry.
Chicken vindaloo?
That's it. I don't need to. I'll drink soda for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. I'm not going to drink the water, but...
You can bring a case of water with you.
Yeah, well, there you go. Then everyone else is going to drink it. So I rewrote the script so the past life part takes place in India during World War II, and it's actually made the script better, and I think it's going to be a better movie. So even if they don't do it, and I get a German investor, I'll shoot India and L.A. somehow, whatever it might be. It's
or a German restaurant. In India.
German. That's right. So all right. So let's play the.
We're going to play this.
Play the teaser trailer for Our Karma Thing.
Yes, we are. Tune into this. Let me know when we're zoomed in.
No, they're all wonderful actors in this teaser trailer. These are not the actors in the movie, but they were beautiful people that said, okay, we're going to help you out. But obviously, everyone, you want to try and get everybody in the feature somehow, and it's an evolution, creative evolution.
Ready?
And this was shot with an Arri Alexa by John T. Connor, DP.
She seems so real, beautiful, and the battle familiar. Presence so
Len. Lenny. Len, wake up. Wake up. Honey, we have to up your meds.
So lovely. Reminding me of memories long ago.
Memories of a past life.
Wow. That looks pretty interesting.
Crafty St. James, lead guy, great actor. So we had so many great people on the crew. John T. Connor, he's a new DP. He's somebody who's been the first AC for all the last Spielberg, J.J. Abrams, David Fincher movies. His dad was camera operator on, E.T. and like everything. So he's a guy that he's now jumped to being a DP, and he's read a bunch of my scripts, and he helped me shoot that, and so he wants to shoot. And I just had tons of great, Heather Richard. She's worked with Quentin Tarantino. My friend Jake is, Key grew up on Lost, and Madman, the gaffer. We had a guy that's Steadicam from Fast and Furious, and we had just had so many great people on it. And that's the thing, is that you do, after working over years and meeting people and helping each other, you create a little team of people. Chris LaCorman, met this great guy, Chris LaCorman, my co-producer. He's working on the feature, and he's a music producer, actually. And,
I was going to mention the audio on this was
Chris
astounding.
LaCorman produced it. Him and his friend
Soundtrack.
Ado, they created the music, everything, and that's the thing. So it's a team of creatives that just come together. I mean, I can write it, I could direct, but it's a team of people that really come together that really make it happen. Yeah. All the wardrobe, I called up, some that whole thing was done for $1,000. Because I pulled in favors for equipment, shot in the area Lexa camera. John owns his own camera rental house.
Yeah,
that helps.
But it's gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, it's lush. It's gorgeous. The soundtrack
effects
is just impeccable.
Yeah.
Impeccable.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything about it. And there's a lot. It's not like there's not much going on.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot of layers.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers.
And the transitions and all of that are so, just beautiful.
Well, transitions, I think, are everything. That's the one thing in storytelling that I think a lot of filmmakers don't think about are transitions. And a lot of my stuff, I write and create mostly fantastic reality kind of stuff. It might take place in present day, but there's so many creative, imaginative elements to it. Transitions are everything, and it's like an edit, the cuts. It's got to be smooth. It can't take you out of it, and so you got to think about a lot of stuff.
Very exciting. A Karma Thing.
Yeah, a KarmaThingMovie.com. But you can go to Facebook to A Karma Thing on Facebook, and please like us. Just the more people like us, the more, distributors, everybody's going to see there's a following, and also I can keep you up to date on the movie and what's going on and whatever it is. And just please email me through the website if there's anything that you want on the website. And while we're shooting, we're going to be doing behind-the-scenes stuff, or just contact me. I'm in LA, and if you're an actor or you just want to talk advice as a filmmaker, so many people gave me so many pieces of advice and talking, so I'm there. I'm like, I know all about it, and we all need to stick together. It's a big trench, and
right on.
We're all artists.
Right on, yeah.
Do what you got to do.
You're doing a beautiful job. Doing a beautiful job right here. Mike Timm, right here in Nyack at the Nyack Village Theater, and we look forward to seeing that film here and getting that completed. But in the meantime, you can check out A Guy, a Girl, a Space Helmet online.
A Girl, a Guy, a Space Helmet.
A Girl, a Guy, a Space Helmet.
Yeah.
Great movie. Won Best Movie here at the Nyack Village Theater. And this new movie, A Karma Thing, movie.com. Go there, find out more, see more about it, and get involved right now while you can, and you'll know everything about it. And if you're out in L.A., check Mike out. And
keep shooting.
Keep shooting.
Keep writing. Keep
Shoot
shooting.
on.
Shoot on.
Shoot on and on and on and on. Anything else, Mike?
Thank you very much, Richard, for having me here.
Oh, we want to mention. Okay, wait. Bob Timm
right.
did the soundtrack on A Girl, a Guy, a Space Helmet.
He had a
some parts.
Well, he's got like a million different bands over the years, but one of his ska tunes is on the soundtrack.
Right.
Yeah, and also our New York's the Scotalites. They had.
That's right. Yeah, Bob Timm is in Nyack.
That's Scotalites, Scoffless.
Which is why Mike is here, and he is a musician and songwriter and participated in the first film. I wouldn't be surprised if he has something in the second film. But he also has a band right here in Nyack. So, what can I say? Check out the good stuff. Mike Timm.
What's the name of Bob's new band? Bonnie, do you know?
I'm not sure. You guys saw him yesterday.
I don't know.
Just friend him on Facebook, Bob Timm on Facebook. All right, coming to you live from the village of Nyack, high atop the Woolworth Way building from the Nyack Village Theater. This has been another Modern Metro moment with Mike Timm of the new movie, A Karma Thing. And you can go to akarmathingmovie.com to find out about this beautiful, brand new production, in production. And that's all we got to say. Right here from the edge. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the archives and on YouTube. Peace out.
It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.